Today on iPod 70, Peets Nerissimo Espresso for the original line. Let's get started. Hello and welcome back to another coffee tasting video. If it's your first time here, we are an espresso-centric channel. We deal with the original line and the virtual line of Nespresso. If that interests you, you have found the right channel. For my returning Podhead family, any and all announcements will be at the end. But without further ado, let's get to today's star attraction. We have Peets Nerissimo Espresso for the original line. This is by request from eons ago, so let's take a look at what they have to say. All right, we're at the Peets website. They say, black as night, sweet as brulee topping, Nerissimo Intensity 11 is our darkest espresso roast in a convenient aluminum capsule that fits your Nespresso original line machine. It's part of their signature blend. They're saying the roast is dark, the intensity is 11 there. And when you go down here, they have a little bit of a read more, but they don't get much more into it. Delve into a deeper kind of dark with complexity and nuances of our signature dark espresso. They have smooth crema, things like that, but they really don't tell us what to expect. Let's take a look at their pods. I don't know how they come out. Evidently not like this. Oh, there's like a, they're like trapped in a cage. Here we go, okay. And they are all aluminum, so this must be in a collaboration with Nespresso. Wow, that's a neat looking pod. All right, there's your pod. So kind of a pretty gold and black pod. Has the number 11 for the intensity on it. It just says espresso. Nowhere on here does it actually list the name, but I'm assuming they're going with just the intensity. Peets on the bottom in the aluminum foil. Dark and complex. Peets Nerissimo for the original line. Let's go brew a shot. So for round one, we've set this to the espresso setting. We're just gonna try the espresso as it is, and then the next round we'll add maybe a little bit of milk. So let's get this guy going here. It smelled wonderful while it was brewing. Just kind of a deep, deep coffee smell, if you will. They're saying intensity 11. If I had to judge by color alone, I would put this down around an 8-9. On the Nespresso scale. Well, it smells good, so let's go give it a taste. Peets Nerissimo, let's give it a taste. My initial impression is there's not a whole lot of oil in it. Mouthfeel is okay, but it's very, very watery. And for how big of a gulp I took initially, which usually when they're up at intensity 11, 12s, 13s, I usually kind of react to it because I forget that I shouldn't take that much. This one I did not. So I'm gonna say that my visual assessment of its level is probably playing out pretty close to how it tastes. It does not taste level 11 to me. So let's give it a little further taste. It's got a little bit of a drying effect on your tongue. Not bad. It's, I don't know, it falls into the, it's like a really, it does not taste like an espresso to me. I'm trying to pinpoint what is missing in it. It tastes like a really strong cup of coffee, but for some reason, I don't know what is missing out of what I'm tasting that doesn't lend itself towards an espresso taste to me. Yeah, I want to say it doesn't have enough body. It doesn't have, there's no oil in there. I don't know what about it is lacking, but there's something fundamentally lacking in it and I honestly don't know what it is. It's so lightweight, especially for them saying it's level 11, that as you can see, this is fresh out of the espresso machine. I didn't do anything else but stir the crema into it. It's a cup of coffee. It tastes okay. The flavor is okay. It's supposed to be an espresso. As you just saw, and if you've watched my videos, I have never done that with any espresso ever. It's usually just a little too much to drink. This is like a small pungent cup of coffee, but it's not an espresso, and I don't know what is fundamentally missing. I can't put my finger on it more than the only thing that keeps coming back to me is it's missing body. It's missing like texture and feel, and that even some of the watery Nespressos are more than what this is, and I don't know. This one's kind of an enigma for me. I think it warrants, though, at least let's add some milk to it, see how it plays out with some milk. But let's give it a shot for round 2. Let's go brew another shot. I had my wife try it off camera, and she said, "Do you like the flavor?" I said, "Yeah, the flavor's okay, but it's not an espresso." She tried it and she goes, "No, it's not an espresso." She said, "It tastes like a cup of coffee." And I said, "I know." So something is missing, but we'll at least go round 2. We'll mix some milk with it. So I have our machine set in the cappuccino setting. So we're gonna get the capsule going first. I then have 2 ounces of milk, or 59 milliliters. And for those of you that wonder, I always use whole milk. So that's the standard for the milk. It's now moved over to the frothing mode. Our milk has finished. We're gonna combine these two. Woo-hoo. Now that's almost a perfect cup. Let's go give it a taste. All right, so we added the 2 ounces of milk. No sweetener or anything. Let's just try this the way it is. Wow. Hang on a minute. I'm gonna give it just a little bit of sweetener, like a half a pump. All right. That's better. It's better with milk. The 2 ounces of milk and the sweetener did make the overall experience better. So I would say it definitely benefited from adding milk to it. So let's take a look at what they're doing here. All right, so Peets, they sell you 10 capsules for $7.50, so 75 cents a capsule. This one is honestly very difficult for me. The coffee in and itself, or I keep calling it coffee because it tastes like coffee, it's not espresso. The espresso shot in and itself is a very nondescript, good tasting cup of coffee espresso shot. With milk, it's a better tasting cup of coffee espresso shot. There's nothing remarkable about it. There's not really any nuances. There's no real texture. There's no layering really. The aftertaste was more of just kind of I would say an intensified version of the coffee. So there's not that developed layers that you come to kind of expect out of an espresso. It's not bad, so I hate to say pass, because you could just pick it up as a fill-in if you're waiting on an espresso order or something. This one's incredibly hard to rate because I almost feel like I'm trying to rate a cup of coffee as an espresso. Oh man, this is gonna be a weird one. I'm gonna say it's a purchase if you're in a pinch, but 1 out of 5 pods. It's just not an espresso. Stronger version of a cup of coffee, but lacking all the characteristics of a normal espresso. And that is, I think, where we're gonna leave it. It's not bad, it's not gross, so we're not saying it's a pass, it's not overly expensive, but I think this is the first ever purchase with a 1 pod rating. It's better with milk. It's like a teeny cup of coffee. Thank you so much. Last week was, the live stream was so much fun. About an hour. If you haven't had a chance to watch it, it dropped, the replay of it dropped last Friday. It was a great time. I know some of you missed it. I hope you get to catch the next one. And I did say next one. Yes, I am going to do another one. It probably will not be after, it probably won't be till about the same time next month. Probably the 3rd week in July. We have a lot of visitors coming. We have a lot of people coming to the house, and it just wouldn't be conducive to a live chat. So we'll delay that till probably the 3rd or 4th week of July. We made some good coffee drinks. That was a lot of fun. Some of you mentioned the pod drawer. So I apologize for my messy pod drawer. We will have on the upcoming live stream, we're gonna do something that we have never done before. In fact, somebody mentioned this probably a year and a half ago. And I actually responded back to them and told them I wouldn't, I don't. So the live stream is gonna have something in it that we have never done. And it may be the first and last time. So look forward to that. Some of you eagle-eyed people might have noticed that the Nespresso Next machine was missing out of the back. That is because it is broken. We mentioned it on the live stream. The little light on the top here just flashes white, won't go off. Talked to Nespresso tech support. They took me through a whole run of things to do to try to get it working again, and finally confirmed it is in fact broken. That brings us to a close of this week's video. I thank you so much for your time. If you've made it this far, please make sure that you like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you're alerted anytime we drop a new video, which is every Friday. And to my wonderful patrons that make all of this possible, thank you so much. We had a lot of fun last month giving away a gift card, doing that live stream. Congratulations again, Joe. And if you would like to support us, join us over at patreon.com/IPON70. That also gains you access to our patron section of our website, which is NespressoReview.com. That gives you a list of all the coffees we've reviewed, how best to prepare them, and things like that. Until next Friday with another coffee video, have a great rest of your day.